Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be installing some iboards with Flippy the cat and Gary. So, iBoard Auto here sent me some boards to try out for this Dodge. What we're going to do is we're going to get it nice and ready, see if we need to wipe anything so that way we have clear access to bolt holes and whatnot. And once I open the box, which I'll do right now, we'll see what all comes in this beautiful thing. So, we've got our two boards. Next thing we have is a box full of accessories. So give me a sec, I'm gonna open up that box full of accessories and we'll go from there. So, we've lined everything out. Green packages are gonna be for one side of the vehicle. Clear packages are gonna be for the other side of the vehicle. And then we've got two boxes of bolts, or bags of bolts, and one last little piece right here. We'll see which goes where as we go through. Got our instruction manual right here. And here's our running boards. They're quite light, which is awesome. As you can see, they've got the track there for some of the bolts and stuff that we're going to be doing. So, for right now, I'm going to quickly read over my instruction booklet and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's go into the truck here for a sec. If we go underneath, see, this is the blue piece right here for us. If you look here, you're going to see tape, and they're going to have open holes in here. And this is where we're going to be bolting on some of those mounting brackets. So just so you can see where underneath. So I'm going to line up all the brackets along it, so that way I can just go through threading the nuts and whatnot, because this will definitely be fun. I can see that this is probably an access hole, so you can feed in the different stuff that we're going to be using. Okay, so give me one sec. Alright, so the one that we're going to be doing is we're going to have to add in our own inserts. As you can see, they aren't threaded yet. But if you look at this one that's right beside, this is 2015 and newer. They've already got this. So for us, we're going to have to actually put in inserts, whereas some people won't have to. They'll already have bolts in there. So if you already have bolts in there, you're going to be able to skip some of this in where I'm adding in different bolts and plates, because you've already got the nuts there, which is awesome. So after determining, green bags here are going to be the driver's side and clear bags are going to be the passenger side. Next is to just see which bolts are going to be used where. So far I'm looking at these ones, and I've got a nice big bag of bolts right here. So if you have a container or a bucket or a box or something, you might want to open that up so you can see the different ones and go from there. If you don't have threads and you pull back the tape, see how ours has the squares here? If you have threads, you'll see a clear nut on the inside. So for something like this way, I'm going to have to turn it around and see how that bolt lines up right there now. We now have a nut. Perfect. This arm, this one, you'll see it lines up just like so, and the two holes are right here. Look through your entire package of bolts and you will find one with blue nylock on the inside. See that? Perfect. So take that, there's going to be that bolt, which is 8mm, that'll fit it, and two washers that fit it nicely. Take that, we're going to put one washer on like so, put it through the bracket, put it through here. After you put the bolt, the washer, that piece, and then you're going to put another washer and then the nylock on. Take if you want a ratchet and an open box wrench and tighten it up, or two ratchets, and just tighten that bolt up, so that way we can don't tighten it all the way right now, just do it so it still moves easily, so when we bolt everything up, then we can fasten this up. One thing I forgot to mention is make sure you put these clear spacers on, make sure that they don't fall into the body. Very important. If it does fall into the body, it can be really fun to get these back out, almost nearly impossible. So just keep that in mind. So for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to notice that you're going to have to move the bolt with your finger, and you're just going to slide it around while using your other hand to put in the M10. Now, if you have already got the pre-drilled holes, then you just use M6s here, M8s here, not the M10s. And your job's really easy. You're just gonna thread it right into those. And I suggest using the lock washers. So how it goes is it goes bolt, lock washer, washer. Tighten that down, and then you have that other piece down here, and we're just going to line that up right here like so, and we're going to put through the other bolts and locking, and I'll show you that in a sec. Right now I'm just going to tighten this up just a tiny bit, and again, like I said, if you've already got bolts here, you won't use the big M10s, you're going to use the M8s. So next thing you need to do is go through all your bolts. You're going to grab your golds. Again, if you want to separate it, you can take all the silver pieces and put those in a separate container. The gold is majorly what we're going to be using here, or the brass. So what you need is your bolt washer like so, and then we need 2 washers, and then even the nylocks are still gold even though they're an M6 or brass. So that way you have them just like this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie in that lever so that way the bolt comes through here. So we're going to actually do the head up in, and I'll show you that in one sec here. So when putting in this bracket, it's very, very easy. If you take a look here, all it is it goes washer or lock washer, nut, and then down in the open nut, which is going to be down here, all you do is washer, lock washer, nut. Now, if for some reason this washer does fall on the body, you can fish it around. It happened to me. I'm going to just be honest. And I've had it, I was just talking with a friend who does installs and stuff, and it's happened to him multiple times too. If it does, it's really fun. You get to move it around with your finger, and you can either try and pull it back out the same way it came, which is very hard, or you just feed it around with your finger until you get the shaft of the bolt through here, and then you're just going to tie it up there with the nut. You don't have to do this again. This is only if for some reason it falls into there. But yeah, other than that, right here we've got washer, lock washer, nut. Now we've got all 3 brackets on the driver's side. Let's see how we're going to put on our board. Again, I haven't tightened these up all the way yet because to put the board on, I want to make sure I can screw it on. Once I have the board on, then I can level it and bolt it on. All right. So next thing is to flip the running board over like so. So once it's flipped over, you're going to take these keyed bolts, put them in like so, and just slide them along. And you're just going to put in enough. So remember that there's 4 per, which means that we should have 4 here. So 12 in total. So we can do that. And just take these and line them up. So 4 here, 4 at that end, and 4 at this end, and then we'll line them up when we go down there. But just pre-thread them like, or pre-put them in like this. What I did is I lined it up, I just lied it on here, and then I slowly pushed each bolt into position because it slides easily along the rail. Did that, went down to that end, and as you can see on that end I've already put the washers, and on that end I've put 1 washer and one nut. So I'm gonna just go there, go to all these, put the washer nut on, so that way I can kind of slide. It looks like it's just gonna fit on here, so there's not much back and forth play, so you don't have to worry about one side being like out compared to the other, but we'll see when we go through. All right, so first thing I did is I put this just right to the edge, just before they would slip out of the grooves. Tighten that on. Went to the other side, line that up, and it lined up just before it slid out of the grooves too. Tighten that up. After I tightened that up, tightened up the center one, and once they were sitting flat on the board, all I did is I tightened up the bolts on the inside. So tightened up the far 2, then the inside, and the inside. Done. And she looks really good. So now I'm gonna go do the driver's side. But yeah, no, that looks really nice. Or sorry, I'm gonna go do the passenger side, which is over here. So we've got our arms sitting right here. And now that we know how this works, these 2 go up front. You can see how they line up like that. These 2 go up front, and then this one is gonna go in the back because it has that back switch for how it sits at the back. So passenger side's pretty easy, as you can see. Only the one bracket faces this way. This is the one near your rear tire. So make sure you put it in accordingly. And then the other 2 are the exact same direction. That one and that one. And yeah, they're majorly all really, really good, and they sit really well. The only thing is like I said, this one, the bolt goes on this side, and if you look, the bolt goes to the right on the two front ones and the left on the rear one. So that's the only really tricky thing. You've already done this on the driver's side. Then just do what I've already done. I've centered all my, I centered the running board, tightened it up. Now I'm just going to do my last tightening on these bolts to sync it up to here. After that, do a quick little review. So that's them on. If you take a look, we've got the running boards on. Do a strength test. Yep. Don't know how much they'll hold up to. I couldn't even tell you, but I'm sure it's on iboards' website. Don't have to worry for anyone that's going to be getting in and out of this truck. But yeah, no, it's good. Now, let's do some review. Install. Install is very easy. You're going to need about 2 hours, possibly 3. If you've really mechanically inclined, you could probably do this. And especially if you have a hoist, in under an hour. It's like super easy to, once you, I mean, passenger side's easy, driver side's just that little bit extra, but really it's not that bad. They hang very low. If you take a look here, so if you're an off-roader, this isn't good for you. But if you're a small person trying to get into a big truck, like let's say if this had a lift on it, it would help you get into your truck. Second, if your wife's expecting or something like that, or maybe you're going through surgery or something and you can't climb that high into the truck, it's just too hard on your back or something like that, these are perfect for you. They look sleek and they sit a little lower, so that way you can get into your truck that much easier. And they look really good. I think they do, at least. They're take a look. Let's back up. But these are the black ones. You can get them in silver. Again, if you are looking for these running boards, go on iboard.com. They've got them. I'll put a link in the description as well. Other than that, I hope this helped you out. Like the video if it did, subscribe for more. And again, if you have a 2015, it's much more simple. You've seen what we had to do with the swing down. You would have just used these M6s, or sorry, M8s here with the other lock washers and regular washers, and it would be like very, very simple. So I hope this helps out for both installs. It's the same brackets, just for the older Dodges here, it's a little bit more harder. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and thanks again for iboards for the iboard running boards. They look great on this truck. Have a great day.